Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany here, back with another video to help you guys live a happy, healthy, awesome life in a wheelchair. And today I'm going to take you guys around my house and show you 20 of my favorite things. Black Friday is right around the corner. That means holiday shopping. That means trying to rack your brain to try and find gifts for people. If you are somebody in a wheelchair, I am going to hopefully give you some ideas of things to put on your wish list. And if you have a loved one in a wheelchair, I'm hoping some of the things that are my favorite things will help you be able to decide what you might want to get somebody that you love that's in a wheelchair. Lots of the things that I'm going to show you have a disability spin on them because they are helpful for my life in a wheelchair, and some of the things are just things that I love. Before we get to that fun though, I want to take a minute to thank my Patreons. I started a Patreon account in September, I think, and there are a handful of you on there, and I really appreciate the support that you guys are giving me. It means a lot that you would take hard-earned money out of your pocket and hand it over to me so that I can create content full-time and really make Empowered Para a brand that is really helpful to people in wheelchairs, especially those that can't afford to pay for content. So I really appreciate you supporting me and helping keep my content free for the people that need it. If you want to join my Patreon, you can go to the link in the description of this video. There are different tiers, and the highest tier, you get a Zoom hangout with me, and I just wanted to give everybody a reminder that the first Zoom hangout is going to be in December. So hopefully some more of you sign up for that, because I think right now there's only a couple of you on there, which is going to be super fun, hanging out with just a few people and getting to know people really well. But if there's more of you on there, that would be even more fun. So head over to my Patreon. There's all the way from $2 to $30, so whatever you can afford. If nothing, absolutely no pressure. But if you want to support me and my channel and give me a tip for making this content, then you can head over there and do that now. All right, let's get to the content of this video, which is the gift guide. I'm going to take you guys in my bedroom first to show you a couple of my favorite things in there. So let's go. The first thing on my list of favorite things is these flannel sheets by Eddie Bauer. I have tried a few different kinds of flannel sheets, and these Eddie Bauer ones are by far the most durable and the most comfortable. I have washed them a bazillion times. I think we've had them for at least 3 years, and they show barely any wear and tear at all, except for in the areas that my butt is and I'm constantly sliding back and forth. But that is all. They are so comfortable, and because I am always cold, if you know anybody with a spinal cord injury, you know that we have a hard time regulating our temperature, and these flannel sheets keep me super warm and cozy at night. You can get like a bazillion kinds and sizes on Amazon, and they're just the best. So that is number one. Number two is this cheap little projector clock that I stole from my daughter when she was like 5 and didn't want this projector clock anymore. If you turn on the button, it actually like glows and projects stars and stuff on the ceiling, but I never use it like that, and if you do use it like that, the battery dies really fast. But what I love about this clock is if you press the button, if it sits on your nightstand and you press it, it projects the time on the ceiling, and it's really small, it's battery powered, and I don't have to have cords everywhere on my nightstand, which I love, and I can reach backwards while I'm sleeping and just touch it, and it'll project on the ceiling, and I can look up and see what time it is rather than me having to roll over and see what time it is in the middle of the night. It's 13 bucks on Amazon. I will link to it. It is awesome, and as long as you're not using the actual star feature, the batteries last like a year. It's crazy. So projector clock is awesome. The third thing is this touch lamp. I got it at Staples originally. They don't have it anymore, but they do have it on Amazon. And they also have it at Bed Bath & Beyond and Wayfair. It is slightly cheaper on both Bed Bath & Beyond and Wayfair than it is on Amazon, but you can get it on Amazon. And the reason that I like this light is because it is a touch lamp. So there's just a little indent here that you can feel, and that allows you to turn the light on. If you touch it more than once, it will turn on the light brighter, and then it'll turn it off a 4th time. And it also has a gooseneck head so that when I'm cathing in the middle of the night, I can reach back and turn the light on without actually having to roll over if I'm facing the other way. And it just works really well for somebody that is paralyzed and that takes, more effort to roll over in bed. The next thing is this oversized heating pad. I actually bought this one by accident. I meant to get a regular size heating pad because for years I had a regular size heating pad and it worked fine, but this one is actually awesome because I fold it in half, I stick it under my arm, and then I cuddle it like this. And it keeps me super warm at night because, again, running theme here, I'm always cold, especially in the wintertime when I've been in my chair all day and I've been outside and all the blood is pooled to my feet and my legs are really cold. When I lay down, all that cold blood moves up to my heart and cools down my core temperature, and it takes me a really long time to warm up. So having a heating pad is a must-have in my books. I even have a cordless one, which I'll also link to, that I can take camping if I'm sleeping in a tent or we don't have power and I can't plug this thing in, because if I don't have a heating pad, I do not sleep. So in my bedroom, must-haves are flannel sheets, projector clock, touch lamp with a gooseneck, and this heating pad. Okay, now we're gonna move to the kitchen and I'll show you some of my favorite things in there. Number 5 is this mason jar mug. I love this mason jar mug because it fits a full 16 ounces of water or tea or whatever, and it took me a little while to get used to using a clear mug, but I really like it now because I like to see all the pretty colors of my tea, and I like to be able to see how much I've drank out of the actual cup so that I know how full it's filling, because sometimes when I put it on a counter and the cup is not clear and I'm pouring something hot into it, I can't tell when it's full, and I overfill things all the time. If I'm at my mom's, I constantly overfill the teacups because I can't see how full it is when I'm pouring. So these clear mason jar mugs are absolutely perfect. I also love a mug that is just glass because I like to warm my hands on the cup when I'm cold. I'm always cold, so there's a running theme here, you can tell. And I've linked to some mason jar mugs on Amazon that actually hold 16 ounces, because some of the ones say they're 16 ounces, but that means 16 ounces to the very top. And this one is 16 ounces to the bottom of the rim. There's nothing worse than a cup saying it holds a certain amount, but it has to be like brimming in order to get that amount of liquid. That's dumb, because I'm not carrying a cup like that that's super full. And this also allows me to sort of measure my liquid intake because I know this holds 16 ounces. So I know if I drink one of these, that's, 2 of my cups of water for the day. So mason jar mugs, I love these, and this is my cup, nobody else uses it. So highly recommend getting some of these. The next thing is this electric kettle. It goes with the mason jar mugs, obviously. I drink so much tea, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the video when I get to some of the more personal wellness items on my list. But this kettle is a Cuisinart one. I did link to this Cuisinart one on Amazon, but there is one that is an Amazon Basics one that is almost exactly the same for half the price. So I don't think you need to get this Cuisinart one. I actually have an Amazon Basics one that's just stainless steel when I go camping, and I really like that one as well. So whichever one you get is totally fine, but I highly recommend an electric one. There's nothing worse than having to like fill up a kettle a million times, put it on the stove, leave it on, and then forget to turn the stove off and it's like whistling away. These ones have an automatic shut off. Once it boils, it turns off. So if you forget about it, nothing's gonna happen, which I love because I'm forgetful. So mason jar mugs and this kettle to fill them up with. The next one on my list is beeswax dishcloths. I don't actually think they're made out of dishcloth or beeswax. I'm just calling them beeswax dishcloths. The one that I have is actually like, just a sec, I'll get it. The one that I have is like on its last legs. These are actually made from like cellulose or something. But what I love about these is they are biodegradable. They are super friendly for the environment, and you can wash them in the dishwasher. So I just chuck this in the dishwasher to disinfect it whenever it starts to get a little bit stinky, and they dry super fast, which allows the bacteria not to develop or build up as much as a normal dishcloth, because a normal dishcloth takes forever to dry, and these ones dry in like 20 minutes or something like that. They do feel really hard when they dry, but because they dry so fast, bacteria aren't proliferating or building up, and so they don't stink as much. And I really like that because there's nothing worse than having a stinky rag in your kitchen that you're wiping things with. So they're good for keeping bacteria at bay. They're biodegradable, and when you're done with them, once they like are, totally falling apart, then you just chuck them in your compost bin. You can get them on Amazon as Swedish Dishcloths. Another brand is Nature Bee, but they're all really the same. And yeah, they last like 6-8 months. So highly recommend these. I love these in my kitchen. Okay, the next thing on my list is this mini Kitchenaid food processor. I got it from my mother-in-law. It is the most useful thing that I have in my kitchen probably. I use it to make pesto, I use it to make hummus, I use it to make sauces. I can whip up salad dressings in it. It is such a useful thing to have. It is super light. I can lift it out of my cupboard really easily. I don't have to like fiddle with all of the parts for my regular food processor. It is just a gem in the kitchen if you have a spinal cord injury and you want something small but also really powerful to be able to do things that you would normally do in a food processor but just in smaller batches. So I highly recommend the KitchenAid mini food processor. And then the last thing on my list here of sort of home things that I really like is a Chromecast. A Chromecast is basically just a thing that allows you to stream from your phone, and that your TV becomes your phone essentially. And what I really love about a Chromecast is that you can sit wherever you are on the couch and you can just use your phone. You don't have to have a remote. You don't need to find a remote. You're always going to have your phone. And whatever you want to do on your phone, you can project on the TV, and it just allows you to be able to change the show, do whatever you would do with the phone that you always have on you. So a Chromecast is the last one on this home goods list that I have. Moving on to number 10, we are going to look at some personal wellness sort of items. So we're going to head to my bathroom for that. The next thing on my list is this Sonicare toothbrush. I used to have really inflamed gums and I could not figure out why. I had really good oral hygiene. I brushed my teeth all the time. I flossed. I did all the right things. And then with my dentist, I figured out that it was actually the medication that I was on that was causing dry mouth that was making my gums inflamed. A lot of people don't really understand or know that people with spinal cord injuries are on medications for their bladder that have effects around your body like dry mouth. And because you have dry mouth, it can cause gum inflammation. And so I changed my medication to reduce a little bit of the dry mouth, but I also got this toothbrush, and this toothbrush has helped immensely with my gum health. My gums are no longer inflamed. They are super healthy, and it's because this toothbrush has ultrasonic waves that basically break up bacteria colonies under the gum line. And you don't even like really brush vigorously. You just like sort of hold it at your gum line and allow the sound waves to sort of penetrate underneath your gum line. And it breaks up these like bacterial colonies so that they can't form, because once they form, they can start to create plaque and other bad things that you don't want in your gums. So this toothbrush I highly recommend. I've never had as healthy a gums as I have since getting this toothbrush. Really boring gift, but is one that's super important, especially if you're like me and you're on bladder medication that causes dry mouth, because that will inevitably lead to gum inflammation over time. So Sonicare toothbrush, really good for your oral hygiene. The next one on my list is my Native deodorant and shampoo. Native is a brand of body care products essentially that has really clean ingredients in them. The deodorant is aluminum free. The last thing I need is, hormone disruptors or any bad things going on my body, because your skin absorbs so much. And same with your shampoo. You're absorbing everything you put on your scalp, your skin, your whatever. So I buy this deodorant and I also buy the shampoo. It is really clean. It smells really good. It works really well. And I feel good about using it. And the nice thing about this is that you can get this at almost any regular drugstore now. Sometimes even the grocery stores have it. They do have this on Amazon, but it's pretty pricey on Amazon. So I linked to the actual Native website so that you can buy it from there, because I think they have free shipping if you spend a certain amount. But look in your local grocery store or drugstore, because they have started basically supplying this to almost all of the ones that I go to. So look there first. And then if you want to order online, maybe there's some deals you can get for Christmas. Definitely go check that out. But Native shampoo and deodorant and conditioner, all really good things for your body. The next thing on my list is exercise bands, number 12. And exercise bands are something that I always keep around. I started working out in 2019, and before that I was really weak. I could do a lot of my everyday things like transfers to level surfaces and things like that, but I couldn't get anywhere that was, scary, a couch that was really low or really high, a bed that was really high from the floor to my wheelchair. And so I started working out, and exercise bands were the first thing that I started working out with. They are cheap, they can be taken anywhere, and they are really easy on your joints and your muscles. So I started working out with that. I literally just like hook it to my broom closet, and then I use my kitchen as my exercise room, and you can do rows with them, you can do tricep kickbacks, you can do bicep curls, you can do so many things with exercise bands. These ones from Amazon actually have the weight rating on them so that you can see really easily which ones you need to use depending on, you know, your strength and when you can bump it up. If you want to get a set of exercise bands for somebody in a wheelchair, or if you want to put it on your wish list, I think they're a really, really good thing to be able to maintain your strength and be able to also stay really, really gentle on your joints, which is an important thing, especially for us wheelchair users who are super hard on our shoulders. So that is number 12. Number 13 is this Tea Infuser. I got this Tea Infuser from Living Apothecary, but you can get them anywhere. I linked to 2 of them on Amazon. One of them is exactly like this one. The other one has some silicone on the sides because when you do brew tea in this, it can get kind of hot. And this is just, it fits super easily in the mason jar mugs that I showed you guys earlier. It just fits right over the top there. You put the tea in, you pour the liquid in, and then you put the lid on top. You let it brew for like 10 minutes. Then you can just like strain this whole thing and put it in the sink, dump the tea in the garbage, and then drink your tea. It is awesome because you can brew whatever kinds of tea you want in there. You don't have to be stuck with the tea bags that you get from the store with their own sort of mixes of teas, and it's really hard to find teas that don't have natural flavorings and junk in them. So this allows you to just sort of be more in control. And if you start buying loose leaf tea, you're going to have a lot of it like I do, which is the next thing on the list. Number 14, tea. I love tea. I love tea of all kinds. If you ask my kids and my family, they will say how crazy I am for tea. I'm constantly drinking a cup of tea, and I love all of the different flavor profiles that you can get with different teas and all of the different medicinal properties that different herbal teas have. I have oodles and oodles of tea. These are just like some of the loose leaf tea bags that I have right now. I usually buy in bulk because it's cheaper that way. But if you're new to drinking loose leaf tea, I just found this company. They're super cute and they have really, really clean teas. It's called the Just Tea, and they have these super cute little cylinders of tea, and it comes with a little scooping spoon so that you can scoop it into your tea infuser. It is really awesome, and I have had a hard time finding companies that don't put natural flavorings in all of their stuff. This one is really clean. I've found a few teas like the pumpkin spice that still has some natural flavorings, but most of their teas are just tea. They don't have anything else in them other than the herbs, and it's really a clean company. So I highly recommend trying this company. Right now they have a holiday set on. You can just get the set of teas, which are 3 different flavors of holiday tea, or you can get the set that comes with the tea infuser with it. That gives you sort of a great gift for somebody's stocking, or if you want to put it on your own wish list. But tea. I really love tea of all kinds, and I think it's a really good thing because you can get lots of teas that are good for your bladder, good for your bowel, good for your skin, good for your digestion, and you get them in a way that allows you to also stay hydrated. So tea is on my list of favorite things, and if you have watched my videos for any length of time, you will know that I am a tea drinker. Okay, number 15 on this list of personal wellness sort of items that I love is Audible. Audible is a audiobook service by Amazon, and I listen to probably 3 or 4 books a month on Audible. It allows me to listen to books while I'm in the car, while I'm doing dishes, just really anything that I am doing that I can't sit down and read a book for. The other nice thing about Audible is that if you have low hand dexterity or you can't hold a book very well, then this allows you to still take in the same information without having to actually hold a heavy book. God knows I hate hardcover books because who got time or strength to hold that darn book in your hand for longer than 10 minutes while you're trying to read? So Audible is just a really great way for anybody, especially with any kind of neurological condition that reduces hand function, to get the same books that you would normally want to read in an easier format. I will link to a way to gift somebody a membership. It gives them basically the amount of credits that a membership would provide for that length of time. So I will put that in here if you want to gift somebody Audible, and if you would like to ask somebody for Audible for your Christmas gift, then you can show them how they can do that with this link. So that is number 15. Number 16 And the last one on the personal wellness items list is this Contigo Cup. It is the 20-ounce one because I really value drinking a lot of liquid to prevent bladder infections. And this cup is something that I only have to fill up a few times during the day. I fill it up quite a bit, maybe 3 times during the day. And it keeps things hot, it keeps things cold. It doesn't spill at all. So if I chuck this in my car, it's not gonna spill anywhere. The only thing that's not super great about this is that you do have to pinch this little button in order to open it, to drink from it. So if you don't have grip strength or you don't have really good hand function, then this maybe isn't the cup for you. But for me, this one works really well and I really like it. I carry it everywhere with me. And it's just a thing that allows me to drink more water during the day. The next thing on my list, number 17, is this shower chair cushion thingy. It isn't specifically for shower chairs, but it is waterproof and that is what I use it for. It is called an Action Adaptive Cube Pad and you can use it for basically anything that you need support for under your butt. But I love this, again, because it's waterproof and I can put it on any shower chair. When I'm traveling, I roll it up and I put it in my bag and I take it anywhere that I need to go so that when I get there, whatever the shower chair situation looks like, I can put it on that shower chair and save my skin on my butt. I can put it right on the bottom of the tub and use it on there so that I can sit on a hard surface and have a bath or a shower in the actual tub. So it is just something that I need because I have a really, really sharp tailbone and I don't have very much meat on my butt anymore because I've been paralyzed for a really long time. And I have to increasingly find things that are going to help maintain my skin integrity, and this is one of them. The other thing, and this is probably the most requested thing on my channel that people are looking for, is these toilet seat covers. They are made by a company here in Canada that does foam products. They do mostly, I think, all healthcare things. But these go on the toilet. They are bendable, so they can stretch over the edges of the toilet seat and they allow you to be raised a little bit, obviously, because they're going to raise the toilet seat. So for people that can't transfer as low, this is helpful for that. That's not what I use it for. I use it to keep my tailbone, which is the sharpest part of my butt, off of the back of the toilet seat because that gets really, really sharp when you're on a hard toilet seat and it's basically bone on plastic, which can get real dangerous for your skin if you're sitting on the toilet and going to the bathroom for as long as, half an hour or whatever, which sometimes I am when I'm doing bowel routine. So these toilet seat covers are a must-have for me, and the thing that I love about them is they're so portable. They can go anywhere that I go. There's no, carrying padded toilet seats like I used to do or worrying about my skin while I'm on holidays. All I have to do is stick these in my bag and I'm good to go no matter where I go. I haven't found a toilet yet, and I've had them for years that they don't fit on. So I highly recommend these. I will link to the website for the actual manufacturer where you can buy them. They're a little bit cheaper at another store in Saskatchewan, Canada, that sells them, but there is also a distributor locator on the website of the manufacturer, so you can see if these are available in your own country. These things are definitely worth a try as a gift because they have saved my butt 1,000 times over. So those are the two things in my bathroom that I cannot live without and that I absolutely have to have when I'm traveling anywhere or even just when I'm in my own home. So those are the two things in the bathroom. I'm gonna scoot out of the bathroom and finish off this list. We will round out this holiday gift guide or my favorite things with two of my last favorite things. This bag that I love by a company called Lug. It is actually a purse and it is something that I use to carry all of my supplies when I am going out for the day. So I'm gonna open it up and show you guys all the things that I keep in here. So first of all, I keep wipes in a little baby wipe container because I need to use them when I cath. I keep all of my catheters. You're gonna see how much stuff fits in here. I keep all of my catheters. I keep gloves and suppositories for when I do bowel routine. in this little pouch in here. It's got zippers and pouches everywhere. So I've got suppositories, I've got gloves. That's on the inside. And then the outside has pockets. There's this one that's like magnetic, that's got like felt in it. I don't even have to keep anything in there because there's so many pockets in this thing. There's a pocket on the very outside, which I keep poise pads in case I have an accident while I'm out. I have tampons in here in another little pouch that's inside this pouch. So I keep those in there. And then on the outside is another little bag that I don't have anything in because I don't need it. So this allows me to keep wipes, catheters, incontinence products, tampons, gloves, suppositories, all the things that I need for my personal care, especially when I am out during the day and I don't want to have something that looks very medical. This is a thing that's just a purse. It is a little bit pricey. It is the same price basically on the Lug website as it is on Amazon, 125 bucks. I found this one on Poshmark for 60 bucks, I think, and it's brand new. So you can do that. You can have a look and see if you can find it cheaper elsewhere. But I would recommend them because this is a brand new one. I got this one recently because my other one, the zipper broke on it, but I had it for years and I washed it, I dried it constantly, and it lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted. And then obviously the zipper broke eventually, but the zipper broke before the material, which tells you how good of quality this bag is. It does come with a strap when you buy it that allows it to turn into a purse or a fanny pack. So this, there's two straps around the back here that you can put the strap through and you can turn it into a fanny pack. So if you're out, you can carry it around your waist. You can put it as a purse and put it around your armrest or your push handles for a backpack sort of type thing. But I keep this in a backpack. But it is my favorite thing. I found this at like a travel company once, and I just bought it because I needed something to put my catheters in, and I will never go back. This is my favorite thing to keep all of my supplies in. So that's number 19. And then the last one is probably the cheapest thing on the list, the absolute cheapest thing on the list, and that is my cup holder that I have attached to my wheelchair. This cup holder is just a cup holder that you get for bikes, and it comes with a clamp on it, and I can twist it on and off myself when I need to take it on and off. And the one that I got from Amazon is this one, and it has a pack of 2, and it's, again, super cheap, so I can have an extra one if this one ever breaks. The only thing that's kind of annoying about these cup holders is that the screw sometimes gets loose over time, and it starts to flop around, but I've had this one on for probably a month now, and the screw hasn't gotten loose. So I think maybe my old ones were crappier, even though this one is super cheap. The only thing that I had to do with this specific one is I had to stretch it out a little bit to fit my actual cup because it was kind of skinny. It was made for like, you know, a skinnier water bottle. But this is, yeah, just a bike thing. Don't need to go to a medical supply store for something specific for your wheelchair. Just a clamp, cup holder that you would normally put on a bike, and that's what I have used for years, and it's super useful and super cheap. So that is the last thing on my list. That is all of the things. I hope this gift guide, my favorite things, whatever you want to call it, is useful. I didn't want to go through and, you know, find things that I think are neat that I've not actually used, and I hate when I see influencers or other people recommending gifts, but they don't actually show that they have them in their home or they don't have the physical product, because nothing worse than somebody recommending something that they don't know is actually good. So all of these products, all of these things are actually my favorite. I actually use them all of the time, and I love them. I love all of them. I didn't put anything on this list that I don't absolutely love. So if you want to go to the links in the description below, you can do that. I will put an individual link timestamped for each one of the items that I talked about, or I will put a link to my Amazon store, and I have a list there of the holiday gifts that I've recommended in this video. If you have any questions about any of the products, please let me know and I will try and answer them. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. I hope this kicks off your holiday shopping season in a good way. And I will be back here throughout December to sort of show you what my holiday season looks like. Happy Black Friday shopping, and I will catch you back here on another video. Bye, guys.